Hello, everybody. Sedrik and Sidra here. CR Wrestling Commentary. We'll be reviewing NWA, National Wrestling Alliance, Alwayz Ready pre-show, which I get. They didn't want to overwhelm the pay-per-view status and pay extra money. So that's good. That's good. Give the people something free to warm them up. But this is looking like an AEW all night. So we're going to do this in parts. It's going to take a little bit to get it out there to y'all, but that's what we're going to do. So with no further ado, we're going to do this right here. So let's get on to the first match. All right. So pre-show first match is Rodney Mack versus Magic Jake Dumas, who comes out with an assistant, CJ. Rodney comes out looking all like he do, got the chains on, and that's cool. But the match gets started. Rodney in control. Spine does a good standing spine buster on Jake. Jake rolls away so he don't get messed up any further, get to the apron, and CJ stands there presenting him like, see, ta-da.
Yeah, I mean, you know how Vanna White will walk down and turn the letters, and then she do that whole "I'm showcasing what you're seeing" thing. That's what she did. He laying there ailing on the apron, and he's
all messed up.
And she's smiling like the best thing just happened.
And she does this throughout the match. I gotta admit, it's a good comedy inclusion. I like it. It's funny.
And if any of you are familiar with Magic Jake Dumas, aside from them cool ass top hats that he wear, he looked like he need to bathe from head to toe.
He looked like he's out of like 1830s London with a Gotham theme.
Yeah.
That's what he looked like.
And CJ like an old school Vegas showgirl. She's all clean and all the hair's in place and the makeup's done. The outfit's bright.
All dipped in butter. She got biceps and triceps. And so, I'll be honest with you, that's a Boondocks moment. That's just funny, all right? And we might use that from time to time because it's that funny. So eventually, Rodney Mack, he's working on Jake. Jake takes a moment to get a playing card out, turns it around when the ref won't looking, and rakes Rodney's eyes.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good way because I was like, how's he gonna incorporate magic into everything? Okay. And the advantage don't. It lasts for a good bit, but then, it's going back and forth, but then Jake starts to get most of the advantage working the match. And all of a sudden, him losing that advantage, he's like, CJ, get me a chair. You heard him give me a chair. So she walks over and almost tips over, just tippy, gets the chair, comes back, ta-da!
It starts displaying it to the fans.
And then sits down in it and crossing her legs. Look at me. Ta-da! Jake's like,
look
no.
at me in the wonderful chair.
Jake's like, no. It's me the chair. What are you doing? The fans are laughing. He's like, shut up.
And then he backs up into what, the euthanizer?
I think that's what the red dog himself calls it, which is a little morbid, but yeah. The sleeper chokehold, and he put that on, and Jake taps out, and
she's still presenting when he's tapping out.
Ta-da!
He taps out, she's still smiling like the best thing that ever could happen did.
As George Carlin would say, smiling like the mayor's wife. So after Rodney leaves, Jake is in the ring he's laying on the mat, and she's like, ta-da, with these like little inside step kicks to him, get about 3 of them in, and he starts rolling over and getting out the ring, and she's like, basically, that'll be all today.
Yep, that's all for our show.
What the hell?
It was so sick. The match was good, and the CJ dynamic was entertaining.
I enjoyed that. That was good. Rodney Mack wins. as he should. And I don't think the rivalry is over. I really don't. So with that, we're gonna try to shorten these from now on. But that was good. I'm gonna have to talk about that one. So let's roll, y'all. All right. Next thing that's going down on Alwayz Ready. That's Kyle is in the ring, and he introduces Sam Shaw. So Shaw, he walks out, and Kyle keeps asking question after question and notoriety after notoriety. And Shaw's like, I ain't talking.
He looks real severe. He looks like he was just honorably discharged from like the bowels of some military organization.
Then eventually Rush Freeman, he walks out and he's very happy. And he's marking out over Sam Shaw and he trying to get the fans to cheer for him. And then Sal Minardo comes in and he attacks Shaw. Shaw drops him. And then Rush uses Shaw, just grabs his hand, runs him over to the ropes to double clothesline Sal over the top rope out of the ring. And then Rush, yay, shaking your hand and we're friends, and he walks away. Sam is like, nah, bruh. I got your hand and I ain't moving. And the crowd knew what was up immediately. And then Shaw uses, and I like it. It was a sit out high angle sambo slam, but then immediately transitions to a head and arm choke. I can't remember the name that Joe was giving it. Joe Gallagher.
Silence.
That's what they call it, the silence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he got him in the head and arm choke that he calls the silence. And then Sal returns to the ring and he attacks Shaw. Shaw gets up and puts him in the standing version of the silence.
The standing silence.
And then and little Gags the Gimp, he runs out to save Sal. He gets in and have a showdown, and then you can see it. Like, this guy will hurt you badly. And poor Gags, you can see he's kind of like, I surrender. I felt so bad. I wanted to hug Gags. I wanted to. I was like, that poor little guy, he's trying to do what he can do. And
I didn't see it that way.
I mean,
yeah, he surrendered, but it was a different type of surrender. It wasn't like, I'm backpedaling to save myself. It's more like, tell me what you want me to do, master. He just didn't get a command. I
was seeing that, but he's little. The little guy couldn't make it. So I'm in the.
There's a difference between James Mitchell, who's always bumping his gums. I'm sure he never shuts up telling them what to do, and then being in the presence of somebody whose sheer stature seems to issue a command. I think he got his noodle going.
So you think he's like, I might have to trade up on commanders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gags, he gets him and Sal out the ring, and Shaw owns the ring without saying a word. Hey,
and that's it.
And that's how that went. So let's keep going. All right. So it seems like this is gonna be the final match of the pre-show. So the first team that came out was the Country Gentlemen. This is AJ Kazana and the adorable Anthony Andrews with Joe Kazana. Or Kazana. I think it's Kazana. And I like the way this team looked. They look rustic. They look like, just old school, great NWA heel tag team. You can it just pours off of them. And then, because I don't know who's going against who, but then the Mortons come out, Ricky and his son Kerry. So I'm like, okay, and Ricky Morton, he's just timeless. He's not going to slow down. It's going to take a train to stop him, and that might just give him a limp. I don't know. But then they all in the ring, they getting ready, and then here comes Danny Deals coming down, and the ill-begottens, Alex Taylor and Jeremiah Plunkett. And I'm like, okay. But Danny Dill's like, no, we're in this match. It's a three-way. So, okay, it's a three-way. And I'm like, part of me is just, I don't care because of this. Because I'm tainted. I'm tainted from how other companies have done their three-way tag team matches. In this, no, it was different. Got 3 tag teams. That's 3 people in the ring. I'm like, yes, that's logical. Mm-hmm. It just makes sense. Okay, so they get their wrestle on. I'm not going to go blah, blah, blah. No. What I'm going to do is just sum it up because I don't want to spend too much time. But look, Ricky Morton, he didn't do too much, But Kerry Morton, wow. I mean, he stayed in the match. Everyone else is tagging in and out. And it's not just tag anybody. You got to tag your partner. So that's also something different. I'm glad they did it that way. And now, Kerry didn't take a massive beating or really a strong beating. But what Kerry showed is that he's learned the game. He's in the ring, always moving, always trying. A great in-ring worker is going to be able to use the ring in every moment there is. He got thrown near one of the other teams at the corner, hopped up on the rope for a rebound. But no, he didn't just, I'm going to do my move. No, he swatted at the guy. I like that. Mm-hmm. He swatted at dudes like, you could tell he caught him off guard. And he tried to get him back. But Kerry jumped off, got caught, tried to crossbody, got caught. Did he just lay there limp like a noodle? No. When he got caught, it was that literal real life moment of and you're stuck for a second. Kind of glance around. Then starts wiggling his arms and his legs like, I got to get out of this. But he couldn't. He got slammed. He did that type of stuff the whole match. There was a point near the end where the other teams had him in the corner, beating him down and slightly beating each other down. You know what Kerry was doing? He was fighting the whole time. He was using knees and elbows to keep him off and push him back. He was doing whatever he could to fight. He didn't quit. He didn't just, I'm going to take these blows. Okay, now I'll get the fight back. No. Like they was earning the beat down. Another aspect of this match that I really enjoyed is 2 heel teams versus a face team. And other companies don't do it this well. I got to be honest with you. They don't do it this well. Yeah, they work together to beat on the Mortons, okay? They beat down the Mortons a little bit. But then, why can't they get the win or do anything? Because they're going to fight each other too. They're heels. It's like, yeah, I'm going to help you defeat our, mutual enemy. But once they're disposed of, it's your turn. I like that. And they did that. That prolongs the match. It gives it good credibility. Eventually, both teams, all 3 teams were working against each other epically near the end, dumping most outside the ring. And then it was not set up like that. Yeah, look, inside the eyes, it's set up. You can see when, the cues are coming in. However, to one that's just watching wrestling, that just wants to see pro wrestling, you couldn't see a setup because it looked spur of the moment. Beautiful by the Mortons. Ricky calls his son like, hey, because his son was like, I'm in go mode. It looked like his head was all over the place on a swivel. Ricky's like, get over here. It's time to do the thing. And it sounds like the thing. And then it double drop kick, finisher, 1, 2, 3. The Mortons win. Crowd pops. Epic, great match. Short, not too much done. Everybody moving. Everybody working. Everybody fighting. everyone not giving anyone else any daylight. Nice. That's wrestling. That is pro wrestling, everybody. That's what I love. Man, I like that. Sidra ain't saying much because she's the sickie. She, it's a virus that was going around in the school, not COVID, and luckily it's not COVID. But since there's no mask mandates, Sidra she got sick. She's the sickie, and I'm fighting it off with little dabs of honey every once in a while. Get some honey on a fork and that thick honey, and scrape the palate, and you can feel it go over the uvula. Your uvula. Good. What?
It's not good.
This is all right. And little dabs of honey.
Not a honey fan. The bees can keep it.
You don't like bee spit, huh?
No.
Or is it bee vomit? I think it's bee vomit.
No, it's bee spit.
Oh, look, everybody. It seems like that might have done it for the pre-show.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're going to do that pay-per-view. And right here, this is YouTube. We love it. But the pay-per-view, Alwayz Ready, that's going to be only on Spreaker. So you click that link in the description, get the Spreaker, hear what we got to say on our review of Alwayz Ready. And with that said, good night, everybody, and see you on Spreaker.